The Great Hall of the Galactic Council buzzed with worried voices. Representatives from dozens of worlds sat in their floating chairs, speaking in hushed tones about the crisis that had brought them together. The massive chamber, built to inspire peace and unity, felt heavy with fear today. Ambassador Theron of the Vani Federation stood at the center of the hall. His crystalline body caught the light from above, creating rainbow patterns on the walls. But there was no beauty in his appearance today. Cracks ran through his crystal skin, and his normally bright inner light flickered weakly. He looked like a being on the edge of breaking. "Honored council members," Theron began, his voice carrying the musical tone that all Vani possessed. "I come before you not as a diplomat, but as a survivor. My people are dying." The hall fell silent. Even the most hardened warriors among the council felt the pain in Theron's words. The Vani were known throughout the galaxy as peaceful traders and artists. They had never fought a war. They didn't even have a military. "The Krex Empire has invaded our home systems," Theron continued. "They came without warning, without demands, without mercy. They destroy our cities and consume our people. We have tried to negotiate, but they do not listen. They only hunger." A holographic display appeared above Theron, showing images from the Vani worlds. The council members watched in horror as massive insect-like creatures tore through crystal. Cities. Krex warriors, each standing 3 meters tall, with armor-plated shells and razor-sharp claws, hunted down fleeing Vani civilians. The images showed burning spaceports, shattered domes, refugees streaming through the void in whatever ships they could find. "Counselor, how many worlds have fallen?" "7 of our 12 core systems," Theron replied. "The Krex move like a plague. They take everything and leave nothing but empty shells behind." General Vex of the Kornon Military Alliance spoke next. His voice was gruff like grinding stone. "The Krex have always been aggressive, but this is different. They're not just raiding. They're trying to wipe out your entire species." Theron nodded slowly. "We have evacuated as many civilians as possible, but millions remain trapped. They cannot escape on their own." The council erupted into discussion. Representatives called out suggestions and offers of aid. The Tellurians could spare a defense fleet of 30 ships. The Corvani offered medical supplies and refugee transport. The Zentari promised financial support for reconstruction efforts. But as each offer was made, the military advisors ran calculations on their data tablets. Their faces grew grimmer with each passing minute. Finally, Fleet Admiral Holt of the Sector Defense Force stood to address the council. "With respect to all offers made," Admiral Holt said, his scarred face serious, "the Krex have committed over 2,000 heavy warships to this campaign. They have turned this into a war of extinction." He activated his own display, showing battle projections and force comparisons. "Even if we could gather every available ship from willing council members, we would need at least 3 months to properly coordinate the fleet. The Vani don't have 3 months. They may not have 3 weeks." The hall fell into shocked silence. Many representatives stared at their hands or at the floor. The most powerful military alliance in the galaxy was admitting defeat before the battle had even begun. That's when Admiral Kane stood up. Kane represented Earth, one of the newest members of the Galactic Council. He was a tall, lean human with gray hair and quiet eyes. Most council members barely knew him. Humans had only joined the galactic community 15 years ago, and they kept to themselves. Their homeworld was classified as a Deathworld, but nobody really understood what that meant. "The Earth's Federation can provide immediate assistance," Kane said simply. Counselor Bren turned to stare at him. "Admiral Kane, with all respect to your people, Earth has only been spacefaring for a few decades. The Krex Empire has conquered worlds for centuries." Kane's expression didn't change. "I understand your concern, Counselor. Yeah. But Earth can have a response fleet at the Vani border within 72 hours. General Vex laughed, but there was no humor in it. "Admiral, the Krex fleet numbers in the thousands. How many ships can Earth possibly send?" "Enough," Kane replied. Admiral Holt frowned. "Admiral Kane, our intelligence reports show that Earth's total fleet consists of perhaps 100 vessels. While we appreciate the gesture, This situation requires massive firepower and extensive coordination. Kane looked around the hall, meeting the eyes of representatives who had dismissed his offer. Members of the Council, I need to explain something about human military doctrine. We approach warfare differently than other species in this chamber. He paused, choosing his words carefully. When humans decide to fight a war, we don't send token forces or limited engagements. We commit everything. Our entire military philosophy is built around the concept of total victory through overwhelming force. Theron stepped forward, his crystal body trembling with hope and desperation. Admiral Kane, my people will accept any help you can provide. We have no other options. Kane nodded to the Vani ambassador. Then you have Earth's full commitment. But I must warn the Council that human military operations may seem extreme compared to standard galactic practices. We don't follow the same rules of engagement. Counselor Bren looked confused. What do you mean by different rules? Human warfare evolved on a world where everything was trying to kill us, Kane explained. We learned that half measures in combat only lead to defeat and death. When we fight to win completely. Admiral Holt activated his data tablet and pulled up Earth's military records. According to our files, Earth had several major conflicts in recent centuries. But those were planetary wars against other humans. Space combat requires different strategies and technologies. Kane's mouth formed what might have been a smile, but his eyes remained cold. Admiral, those planetary conflicts taught us principles that apply to any battlefield. We're not alone in the universe. The council chamber filled with murmurs of discussion. Many representatives seemed uncertain about this offer from the newcomers, but Theron looked at Kane with desperate gratitude. The Galactic Council votes on emergency military intervention, announced the speaker. All in favor of authorizing Earth's Federation forces to engage the Krex Empire in defense of Vani territory. The vote was unanimous. Every representative raised their hand. Even those who seemed doubtful about Earth's capabilities, Kane bowed formally to the Council. Thank you for your trust, Admiral Theron. We will not let your people fall to the Krex. As the session ended and representatives began filing out of the chamber, none of them truly understood what they had just authorized. They had asked a Deathworlder